Moment of truth time. Let me make sure that everybody watching understands. I don't care what you pulled. I don't care what your friend pulled. I don't care what your friend's mama's boyfriend's brother pulled. And so on and so forth. That was pretty cringy, I know. I don't care. It's not a good banner. Okay, now that that's out the way. We're going to go ahead and talk about the Trunks banner. In all seriousness, though, congratulations if you guys had some successful pulls. If you're still here and didn't get mad at me because, you know, sensitive skin and whatnot. I'm just playing, guys. I just talk mess sometimes. Anyways, congratulations in all seriousness about the pulls on the game, of course. We're talking about the Trunks banner here, and I'm going to give you guys my in-depth analysis as to whether or not this is a banner you should consider summoning on, right? And later today or tomorrow, I'll come back with a team building video for Trunks. That is actually a very hard thing to do because I sat there and I'm like, wow, there's like literally 20 units that are viable for this man in his own team. Not super physical, but in a Trunks-led team. So we'll talk about that tomorrow or later today. I'm not sure. I'm a little bit late on the upload schedule. Like I said in the beginning of the video, my answer is no. Let me give you my why. All right. So yes, I know some of my friends have pulled cards. Yes, I know some of you guys have pulled cards too. That doesn't matter to me. That does not make a bad banner a good banner. So this banner, and I actually have a couple things pulled up for context. I also have the only other banner that held a featured LR card, and it was Broly's. So funny story, they actually used the same banner twice for Broly, like literally pretty much the exact same identifier for the banner. So they're featuring all of these cards, which off the bat is a red sign. You see this all the way from Buhan all the way up to this SS3 Goku. All these feature cards. What is that, like 15 cards? 20 cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I'm going to count. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I probably miscounted. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19, give or take. Maybe 17. 17 to 19. I don't know. Anyways, there's a whole lot of them. That's not a good thing. Okay? That's not a good thing. And the same thing with this. It's not a good thing. And they're even featuring SR cards. Like, why? Why? They're only doing that so they can shaft your summons. Let's be completely honest and truthful about it. The only other banners you could pull LR cards on, aside from the type-specific banners, we're not really going to go into those because they're a little bit different. The only other ones you could pull them on are these Rebirth double rate banners that, once again, have a whole lot of units funneled in as featured. Now, these guys are listed as featured, but they're not technically featured. These 4 LRs, he just kind of put them there because they're like special characters. So aside from that, that's basically what this banner is. But if you notice that their pull rate is significantly lower, 0.08. That is 3,000 stones on average on this banner. So one thing I will give the featured banners credit for, right? I will give them credit for them bumping the rates up on the featured unit. For example, the rates jumped to 0.3, which is like literally $2,300 less on average. 1,340 stones or 42 stones on average to pull one Broly on his featured banner versus literally 6,000 if you pull one of these guys on these double rate banners. Now, for context, Trunks is very similar to the Broly banner. Where's Trunks? He's actually a little bit lower here, but I also have Dokkan.info pulled up, which is basically saying he's at 0.3, and then the other guys are at 0.4 pretty much. Even his re-roller can't pull these guys. That's pretty funny, actually. So let's just round him up to 0.3 like Broly. I think Broly was a little bit spiked because these numbers can be skewed if the roller that's doing these numbers gets a little lucky. Either way, 1,500 to 1,700 stones on average because this point decibel makes a really big difference being at 0.28. So honestly, this is always going to be your best chance at getting one of these summonable LRs. But here's where I try to implore you guys to use good judgment, okay? I'm not your financial counselor. It's not my job to cover your expenditure. So feel free to spend however much you want. I won't say anything to you. I won't stop you. More power to you. If you want to wail on this, go ahead. I've done that, and it's not fun when you don't come away with it with what you want. So that being said, always keep in mind, these guys come back. Always keep in mind, there's going to be another big bad banner dropping always keep in mind that these featured ones are probably, and I said this very confidently on Twitter last night, probably the biggest traps in the game. Here's why. Even though the rates are lower on the Dragon Carnival banner, one thing I can give the Dragon Carnival banner and the type-specific banners, because even though those guys are like on individual banners, one thing I can give them credit for is that they don't advertise these units. I mean, they're in the news. If you read the news, it's like, oh, well, this banner. And then at the very, very bottom, it's like, oh, yeah, and LR Majin Vegeta's actually in here too. Wink, wink. But they don't advertise them. You know, there's not anything in the scouter for them. They're not featured. They're not advertised. So, of course, their rate is going to be innately low. But for context, if you don't know that they're in these banners, or maybe you don't want to deal with these banners and getting all these subpar units that they're rebirthing or whatever, you don't have to. Right? You don't have to. This one is literally in your face, smack dab. Hey, here's our new beautiful LR card. Don't you want to pull him? Don't you want to pull him? And then you wind up funneling more in because it's like, man, he's featured. That means his rate's better, which is true, you know, and I just feel like it's bad. And then for the last little bit, before we get up out of here, keep in mind another thing too. The Trunks banner is basically a Rebirth banner reprint, just with the card being featured. That's literally what this is. This is a Rebirth banner with the LR card being featured. For context, I've said it like 3 times. God damn it. I always find like a hot word to say every video. For context, though, they awakened a couple of those Trunks cards, and that's part of this, pretty much. So last little bit, these guys are still here, guys. They're still in here. They are still in this banner. 0.06. 7,000 on average. So you can come away with this. If you summon enough on this, you could potentially come away with one of these super hard to get cards, right? LR Gohan's in here somewhere. They're pretty much all in here, I'm pretty sure. You could come away with that. So keep that in mind too. At the end of the day, it's up to you. But don't let anybody ever tell you that it's a good banner because they got lucky. It's all luck. It's all RNG. If you got lucky, you pulled something, congratulations. That doesn't mean it's a good banner. The better banners are going to be things that are discounted or have some sort of special, like the banner just did on Global, where it's like 3 huge summons and you get tickets and you can go somewhere else and summon a little more. You know, things like that, or stuff that has like massive stone sales. I don't even think they dropped a stone sale for this. Like, I don't know. And I'm kind of triggered because I got a lot of that today on Twitter and last night a little bit, not too much. You know, but I just want to make sure we understand that, right? Once again, it's your game. It's your account. If you clicked on the video, you wanted my opinion. That's all I did. I gave you my opinion. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for the support. I'll catch you guys later on. And I don't think I'm going to pull for this. You got to take my own advice, right? That's a funny little concept there. I don't want to come off as a hypocrite. Anyways, have an awesome day. I'll catch you guys later on.